the Super Bowl. Chris Collinsworth. It's the biggest game in America, the Super Bowl, as the Miami Dolphins take on the Saints. Who do you see as the key players for this matchup, Chris?
Well, Gus, I've got my eyes on the two quarterbacks in this one. I had a chance to talk to both of these guys. Obviously, guys that have experience in this situation. They've been here before, and yet it's always so interesting. You can see a different look in their eyes when they're warming up. You know that they know the significance of these matchups, and it just adds another level of excitement to the football game. When you're talking about this kind of talent on the field, this should be a really good one. I know you're excited. I'm excited. Let's get it going.
Interesting, Chris. Great storyline here today, and we'll follow that storyline as this game moves on. And takes off from his own goal line. He brings it back to the 23.
All right, here we go. Our guy in the middle should protect us in case their receiver loses his man on the slant. Make sure we're ready to knock it down.
Short throw to the right. He's brought down at the 33.
You know, that's the kind of pass pattern I used to always love to run, because if the defense is even a little bit lax in their coverage, it's pretty easy to get that one in there.
I'm thinking run here, but don't get burned if they run play action. I don't want one of their receivers breaking free.
If they want to convert this third and short.
This team is just so good at executing those short, quick passes and picking up first downs and keeping drives alive.
Okay, they like to run it on first down. If we can stop them for a loss, the next third down conversion won't be as easy for them.
Brown, the ball carrier. Cedric Ellis was there to bring him down.
Guys, if we find a short receiver here, make sure our safeties abandon their zone and get to the ball.
Going up top. And the pass is incomplete. Darren Sharper was defending on the play.
All right, guys, one more stop like that, and we can have a seat and take a breather. Hit them hard, and make sure you finish your tackles.
It's tipped away. Great defense. Camarillo was the intended receiver on the play. Reggie Bush is back awaiting the punt. He'll bring it back to the 44-yard line.
Be patient here. Take your 5-step drop and wait an extra beat if there's time to let your receiver get deep on this streak run.
This should be a delay of game. And that will back this one up.
Penalties like that sometimes will split a huddle. You'll get half the guys patting you on the back and saying that's okay, and the other half are looking at you like, you idiot.
All right, you're out of the shotgun here, so let your wide receiver get free. But don't hold on to the ball too long, or that D-line's going to come crashing down on you.
He's going to throw it. He jumps and brings it down.
All right, 5-step drop. We are going to try to deliver a home run pass on this streak. But don't throw it if the double coverage is there or if the safety is ball hawking.
Deep pass. He wants the end zone. Second down coming up after the incomplete pass.
All right, this one's a 5-step drop, which will give your tight end time to get across the middle on this drag route.
Still looking for an open man. The stop was made by Jeremiah Bell.
And he went way up to snag that one. That was a pretty catch.
Keep going to the air inside their red zone. Look for an open man and see if we can get 6 on this trip.
Looks for the safe short throw. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Well, when you have a halfback like that can catch the football, play calling gets a lot easier.
Garrett Hartley is good on the point after. New Orleans up 7 points. And here is the drive summary brought to you by Verizon. He makes it to the 23-yard line.
Guys, we got as much coverage as possible against their 5-wide set. If no one blows their assignment, we should be able to stop them.
Pass is short right side. Second down now following the incomplete pass.
All right, guys, we'll concede the middle of the field to prevent the big gain on the screen or the deep bomb. Watch out for a draw here. There's a lot of room to run.
Avoids a sack by getting it off as he's hit.
Okay, it's a passing situation. Lock down anything that'll give them first down yardage, and we'll end this drive right here.
Looks to throw it. Brings it in for a completion. There's an injured Saints player. He looks to be hurting pretty badly. We've played a quarter. The score, 7-0.
Okay, they're in the Wildcats, so watch for some trickery. Don't overcommit to one side if they fake it. I don't want us getting burned here.
Direct snap to the back. And he's tackled at the 38. 3 yards there. That'll bring up second down.
Okay, with the pressure we're sending, there's no need to rush it. Look for a hole to open up and then run right through it to the ball carrier.
Run play, left side. We have an injured Saints player who needs to come off the field.
Guys, plays like this one tell the story about what happened in a game. Execute your assignments and make a statement.
They hand it off.
Nice job up front right there. 6 yards, a first down. That's just old-fashioned football.
All right, here we go. Our guy in the middle should protect us in case their receiver loses his man on the slant. Make sure we're ready to knock it.
Finds a way to get rid of it as he's hit. 9-yard pickup on the pass.
All right, they only need a few yards for the first, but I'm guessing they try to get a big gain here. Don't get fooled on play action.
Rolling out to his right. Jonathan Vilma with the coverage on the play.
Okay, classic run formation. They're going to have a lot of guys blocking for their back, but if everyone gets to the ball, we'll stop them.
Fullback handoff. And again, they convert on third down.
That's the third time now they've had them to third down, and the third time they've been unable to get off the field. Give this offense some credit. They keep coming up with clutch plays in big situations. You know, listen, I would never want to block a defensive lineman, so, I've seen these guys. I know these guys. They're big and they're nasty. But at least from an offensive standpoint, you have to try to get in their way.
They can't catch him. And now it's time to take a look at this game's top performers. Brought to you by Gatorade. Garrett Hartley is good on the point after. They drop the runner at the 24-yard line. This offense will have to quickly forget their misfortune and try to turn it around on this series.
All right, it's us against them here. If we can stay on them throughout the entire route, we'll have a good shot to take one away.
He's going deep with it.
And when you're trying to go after one of those deep throws, you really want to give your receiver a chance. We've seen guys in the league so adept at making plays on the ball, but you can't make it when it's that far overthrown. The Dolphins have been facing a pretty stiff pass defense so far. You know, they haven't been getting too much on their completions, but that time, a big play, and that's exactly what they needed.
All right, guys, listen up. We're sending some extra heat at the quarterback on this blitz. So let's hope we force a bad decision, and the guys that are dropping back in the zones can make...
He needs to get rid of it.
Nice.
Okay, a sack on first down goes a long way towards stopping this drive. Keep up the pressure now that we have him in an obvious passing situation.
Lets it go deep. Brandon Marshall was his intended target.
Anytime you give up that quick pressure like that, very seldom are those passes completed.
All right, we need to get the ball back for our offense. If they catch it short, I want 11 men running towards that ball.
Looked like someone might have jumped.
Start. Offense. Still.
And we'll replay third down.
Third down is tough enough in the NFL, but when you start adding yardage to it, boy, it gets even tougher.
Okay, it's a passing situation. Lock down anything that'll give them first down yardage, and we'll end this drive right here.
Searching for an open man. And the tackle was made by Harper. Bush is back deep to receive. He'll field it at the 17. They really did a good job keeping him contained on that one.
No question about it. He needs a little more help out of his blockers than he got right there. This is a dangerous guy, and if he can get in some open space, he can create some problems for you, but just no space to be found there.
Devery Henderson was the intended receiver.
Okay, it's all or nothing here. We need to let our wide receivers get deep. Roll out if you have to, then launch the ball as far as you can.
Bad snap, but he has it under control. Streaks down the sideline.
The wideout's going to need some time to break past his coverage on this drag route, so take your 5 steps.
That'll be it for the first half of play. The score is 14-0. Cam's under it. He will start from his own 5. He's stopped at the 24-yard line.
Defense is in man coverage, let your tight end cut across and make space. Then after your 5-step drop,
that will cost them 5. The offense is moving in the wrong direction after that.
For this offense to be effective, they have to stay on schedule. And when you get a penalty like that, it allows the defense to begin to bring some pressure. Dangerous situation for the offense.
Here's the give. He gets to about the 31-yard line.
Okay, blocking is the key on this run. A hole should open up between the tackle and the guard, but if it's not there, bounce it to the outside.
Breeze gives it up the middle. Hammered in the backfield.
Well, you know you've got an aggressive safety when he's making tackles for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. Typically, these guys are trying to not give up a big play in the passing game. Now when you see somebody in the backfield, that's impressive.
Robert Meacham was the intended receiver on the play.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
Returns the punt from the 16. He really didn't have any room to work on that punt return.
Yeah, he really didn't have much of a chance at all to make anything happen there. I mean, I know this guy's a dangerous punt return guy, but you can't do it on your own.
They give it off here. Darren Sharper was there for the stop.
A sack would be nice, but the key here is to hurry the quarterback and force him to make a bad throw.
Scrambles away from defenders. That's a 4-yard pickup through the air.
Good job by the offense that time. Really nothing there down the field. He just takes a little completion and keeps moving the ball.
right, we have a few guys back in zone to prevent the big play, but they'll still be able to find some holes if they try to pass it short on this one.
He takes a hard hit as he throws.
The Saints did an excellent job tackling and keeping things in front of them on that series to force the 3-and-out.
Reggie Bush awaiting the return. Bush gets the ball at the 27. He's brought down at the 48-yard line.
All right, let's try a counter here. If the defense goes for it, we'll have room to run.
Counter right side.
And you have to be able to get that counter play going. When the penetration gets there and it forces those offensive linemen to go back just a little bit deeper, it throws off the timing of the entire play.
He passes it. Misses the receiver, and it's incomplete.
Drew Brees looks a little surprised about that one. And here's the guy's one of the most accurate passers in the game, and that one just got away.
All right, hit your wide receiver on this cross as soon as you can get separation. You're out of the shotgun, so you'll have time.
He lets it go. Complete. Nice catch.
The Saints have been unstoppable when they go to the pass. You'd think the defense would make some kind of adjustment at halftime, but so far that just doesn't seem to be the case.
Okay, the shortest distance to the end zone is a straight line. So let's go right up the middle here.
Brees hands it off. He's wrestled down at the 24-yard line. Gets about 4 on the play. That brings up second down.
Okay, your number one's going to slant across the middle, then hook back. So hit him after your 5-step drop. Let him make a play.
So at the end of 3, the score is 14-0. Saints have a good shot at widening the gap even further, starting the fourth quarter deep in enemy territory.
Okay, listen, your receiver's going to fake like he's coming back for the ball. Then he'll shoot upfield. You've got a 5-step drop, so as soon as he fools the defender, let it fly.
Passes it downfield. And the pass falls incomplete. Robert Meacham was his intended target.
All right, you're in shotgun, which will give your receiver time to get deep. Once he cuts inside, deliver a strike.
Gets the pass off. Well, at least one of these teams knows how to find the end zone.
The offense is playing well. The defense is playing well. Still pitching a shutout. It just seems to all be coming together right now.
The PAT is up and good. With under 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter of play, the score, the Saints, 21. The Dolphins, nothing. Time for the drive summary. We'd like to let everyone know that this is brought to you by Verizon. He makes it out to the 20. The defense could do no wrong the last time this team had the ball.
A sack would be nice, but the key here is to hurry the quarterback and force him to make a bad throw.
The pocket collapsing.
All right, getting a sack on first down really puts them at a disadvantage. Look for them to go to the air to get some of those yards back.
There's the deep throw. The pass is broken up. What a play. Third down coming up after that incompletion.
All right, guys, one more stop like that and we can have a seat and take a breather. Hit them hard and make sure you finish your tackles.
He rolls out to his right.
Under pressure, he felt the heat that time and was forced to throw it away quickly.
Okay, 4-down territory. You knew this was coming. Now don't let up and make one more big stop.
Under heavy pressure.
Blocking we're hoping for on this dive, we're going to end up in the end zone.
Give to the tailback. He fights forward to about the 7.
Okay, let's finish this drive with 6 points. Hand it to the back and let them smash into the line of scrimmage. If one of our guys up front can get a push, we're in.
On the ground, up the middle. Thomas goes down after a gain of 2.
Take it right up the middle. If you hit a wall, jump over the top of it.
Breeze will hand it off. Another touchdown. This is out of hand. So after watching their opponents go 4 and out, the offense knew what it needed to do and scored the touchdown on their possession.
Let's finish this drive with 6 points. Hand it to the back and let them smash into the line of scrimmage. If one of our guys up front can get a push, we're in.
Runs it in for 2. Great job there. They were able to get it in for 2.
And you could tell the offense had a plan throughout that drive. Not only did they get the touchdown, but they immediately got the call in for the 2-point conversion. They knew exactly what they wanted to do and executed it perfectly.
And here is the drive summary brought to you by Verizon. He brings it back to the 23.
All right, forget about the run. It's man coverage against their 5 receivers with some protection against the deep ball.
They're going deep. He's dropped down at the 35. How about the nice touch on that ball?
Deft touch that time by a quarterback who really is known more for his arm strength.
And he is decleated at the 42-yard line. Sure to make an impact on the field are this game's top performers, presented by Gatorade.
Okay, a sack on first down goes a long way towards stopping this drive. Keep up the pressure now that we have him in an obvious pass.
Has a man to his right. Little flip. Catch number 4 for him with that reception. Here comes the heat. Saints are continuing to impress me in the pass rush department. And they can really put their opponent in bad field position with a good punt here.
Okay, all we're trying to do is run down the clock. Let's keep it on the ground and keep that clock moving.
Feeds it to the back. He gets to about the 34-yard line.
Let's make a big push with our offensive line. We should be able to get our halfback into their secondary on this play.
Thomas gets it on the inside. Thomas carries for a 5-yard gain.
Okay, let's not get greedy here. We have the lead, so just hand the ball off to your back and keep the clock moving.
Thomas on the handoff. He's brought down at the 42. Can you say repeat? The New Orleans Saints have done it again.